Hello. What's going on? Nothing? It's good. It's good to hear. Nothing's a good thing to be doing it. Well, it's Thursday for me. I think it's Wednesday for you. I don't know what time it is. Say hi. This is you. He's fuzzy. I like him a lot. I don't know. Sorry, I'm actually super tired. I have no idea what I'm, intending to talk about. But I do realize that I'm, talking to the camera less awkwardly, maybe, 2% less than I used to, which might just mean that, I'm getting used to talking to myself, which is probably not a good thing. Okay, before I go into the, exciting topic, my relationships, fun story. So, I was out with Lisa today, and her best friend Karen, and then Karen's, 2 little girls, and we went to dinner, and, I don't know, they were talking about, they got, their passports redone or whatever, so we were looking at the pictures, and we were talking about, really bad ID photos or whatever, so I whipped out, my card, look, that's your hometown, look at it go. So, my mom found my fake ID because, all my cards fell out of it. This is where I keep a bunch of random shit. So, all my cards fell out of it. My mom was like, that's a terrible picture of you. What's that on? And I was like, oh, fuck. And she's like, is that a fake ID? I was like, yeah. She's like, do you even, and she, read it. She's like, do you even know anything about, where New Brunswick is? I was like, no. And she was like, Brianna, what am I going to do with you? And they were just, pissing themselves laughing. I was like, it works. She's like, okay, as long as you're classy enough that it works. I was like, yeah, Mom. Oh my god, it's so awful. So, my story was, that was my story, but look at my fucking, okay, I don't know if you can see this properly. So, yeah, this is, the card for, saying that you're in high school or whatever, and basically, because, so bad, because I'm a senior this year, me and all my friends were like, yo, let's go hard and just pull, really disgusting faces, so we're all, whipping out double chins and wearing, these, thick black glasses, and, it's like, oh my god, it kills me. Anyway, so, yeah, oh my god, look at my scary-ass fake ID, look so unhappy. Anyway, so what did you want to know about my past relationships? I just spent 2 minutes and 50 seconds talking about nothing. My apologies. Okay, so, it all started, I think I had a boyfriend in elementary school, Patrick Gauchi, and, he sent me a note. No, Christian Fortino. At the beginning of the day, Patrick Gauchi's best friend came up to me, and he was like, so, Brianna, do you like Patrick? And I was like, yeah, I do. And then he was like, and he turned around, because Patrick sat, behind me, and he was like, yes, and I was like, what? He's like, do you want to go out with him? I was like, yeah, sure. But then, by the end of the day, I, sent him a note. I couldn't even talk to him all day, right, because it was so, awkward. But by the end of the day, I sent him, a note. I was like, I don't think I'm ready for this guy to come in. Oh, heartbreaker at 11. Yeah, that was probably still one of the better ones I've had. It was a good day. So, then, okay, the story of my boyfriend is, as lame as it sounds and has, really faggoty as it sounds, I kind of, if I really put my mind to having someone, I kind of just get them eventually. So, and I don't know, there was never, any cute stories. It was I like you, I'm determined to date you, and then I would date them. So Thomas Glover, the year before I went to, oh my god, this is taking so fucking long, I'm so sorry. Thomas Glover, the year before I went to, the summer of grade 8, I found this guy on Facebook, and I was like, he's so fucking hot, he was the blonde guy, and I was like, he's so hot, oh my god, I want to date him. And then we were both trying out for drama, we were both auditioning, and I talked to him, and I was like, oh my god, he's so hot, I love guys who wear pants tighter than me. And then, yeah, the rest is history. He was like, oh my god, I didn't know anything about relationships, and I was just honestly, the thing was, I think I just wanted to be in a relationship at the time, so I was like, oh my god, I want someone to love me, so I'll be with you, but then I don't like you. So when I was with him, I was like, I don't want to be with you, I'm breaking up with you. But then when I broke up with him, I was like, oh, I'm alone. And yeah, anyway, it was really stupid. So that poor guy, he like kissed the ground that I walked on, and I was not feeling it at all. I was a douchebag. Grade 10, I dated a guy named Thomas, was like on and off for like a couple months. Johnny I dated, I think, for 8 months. He was a really awesome guy. We were friends for a long time, liked him for a long time. He finally liked me. We went out for a while. It was really good. Yeah, I don't know. That was actually fine. And then we broke up. Like, we were on the phone one day, and I was like, so do you think it's time for, like, us to break up? He was like, yeah, you're, like, feeling it too. I was like, yeah, like, I feel like we're just, like, gonna be better as friends soon. Like, I feel like it's, like, died out. He's like, I know what you mean. He's like, let's be friends. We didn't end up being friends, but, like, it was, like, pretty funny. Next was Reed. Messaged him one day on Facebook. Like, he added me, and then I messaged him. I was like, oh, I was like, putting your picture on Tumblr, by the way, and he's like, oh, you're so cute, let's go to a party. I was like, okay. And then he actually dated one of my kind of friends, because he lives 2 hours away from me, so that was kind of a bitch. But, yeah, we went to a party one night, and it was, like, on a golf course, and it was, like, because people in Don Mills party, like, really well. Why am I saying Don Mills, like, you know where that is? It's far away. So, yeah, it was on, like, a golf course, and there was, like, a giant fire in the middle, and we just, like, spent, like, the night together or whatever, and yeah, that was, like, it was fine. The first night was good. Like, the first night I was like, wow, I'm so crazy about this kid, and then after I was, like, really into him, because I was, like, after Johnny I went into, like, that's when bad stuff started. It's like, oh my god, this is so long, oh fuck. So that's when bad stuff started, and then, so I was kind of, like, that was the time when, like, my, like, depression hit, like, the hardest. So that's when Reed, like, picked me up, and he was, like, kind of just, I was, like, really easy to manipulate kind of thing. And, like, I knew it was happening the entire time, but I was just, like, I'd rather be dealing with this than, like, be alone. Which was really stupid, but I was like, oh, it's not that bad. But then I'm looking back and, like, remembering, like, just certain times of shit that he's done, and, like, shit that, like, he's done to me or said to me, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, anyway, that only lasted for, like, 2 months, which was, like, really stupid. Oh my god, I wish I never met him. He's, like, my only regret. Then, that, one of the nights when, like, I realized how, like, douchebaggy Reed was, because he, like, cheated on me a lot, so I was like, oh, I'm breaking up with you, and my friend Austin actually was, like, convinced me, I don't know why I'm talking to you like you know these people, so he was like, Brianna, come out to a party, come on, it's Cream's 25th birthday. I was like, okay. So I went to Cream's, and then we, his convincing me to go to Cream's was, he was like, Max Mancuso's going to be there. I was like, I don't know who that is. He's like, you don't know? Like, a bunch of people know him because he's really hot. And I was like, I don't care. So I was all, like, bitchy and pissed off. I didn't even wear makeup that night. I ended up going, and then I saw Max, and, like, because I figured he was Max, because, like, people were, like, all over him or whatever. And then we ended up talking, and he's like, hey, you just want to leave the party and go for coffee? We ended up doing that. We just, like, left, and then that summer was just, like, really, like, I don't get infatuated or any of that stupid shit. Like, I'm pretty realistic when it comes to relationships. This is why I'm, like, so confused. I'm like, what the fuck's happening in my head with you? Like, it's really weird because I don't get like this ever. So, anyway, yeah, that was fine. But we just, like, it's just been so on and off for, like, so long, and then we were never able to actually, like, try dating, because I was always dating someone, or he was always dating someone. So I think it was, like, the thing that kept drawing me to him was, like, you never actually, like, we never tried it, so I never knew, like, I felt like it was unfinished. So then when Jess and I were friends, then we dated, shitty relationship, that's it. Well, it wasn't shitty, like, it was fine, but, like, we weren't good together. Like, we were really, really different. So we were, like, pretty toxic for each other, because he could never make me happy, because he was kind of like talking to, like, a wooden spoon, and I was, like, always like, oh, come on, like, talk to me about stuff, or, like, let's go do stuff, or, like, let's go be interesting. He was like, let's sit at home with my family and, like, watch TV, or, like, go on Tumblr, or whatever, and I'm just like, what the hell, bud? Like, I'm so, like, bleh. So, yeah, that was kind of the downfall of my partying scene. I stopped doing that, because Jesse didn't drink or smoke or whatever, so I hadn't done that for a long time, and then I got back into it, and then one day when I was drunk, I, like, texted Max, I was like, yo, let's go hang out. And then we hung out, we ended up, like, dealing for, like, a week, you saw that whole thing, but, like, it just wasn't working. We're just not that good together. So those are my relationships, that's what happened, and then, recently there's this guy who lives, I don't even fucking know, somewhere in the States, and, like, yeah, he's fine. He's, like, some fucking blonde guy who, like, dances and wears tights or something. Like, he's whatever. But, yeah, I don't know, he's kind of cute. And, like, kind of super awesome, like, kind of clever, and kind of probably sick of how long this video is. But, I hope that that was interesting and informative, and I'm sorry that you had to listen to me ramble, and I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're not dead. Oh my god, knock on wood, that'd actually be absolutely awful. Yeah, 'cause you're not replying, but, gonna go do that. Over.